Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in if you guys are new to my channel. And for all of the returning subscribers, welcome back and thank you for tuning into this video where I'm going to be teaching you how you can actually sage your home and sage your house and sage your room the most efficient way, okay? I'm going to be doing a demonstration of me saging my room and showing you guys the most efficient way to do it so you can avoid the most common mistakes that are actually made when people are trying to clear their home or clear their room from negative energy. So let's go ahead and see how we can sage our room or our home like a boss. So guys, yes, we're gonna sage my bedroom, okay? So saging is so important when it comes to actually clearing away negative energy, clearing away stagnant energy, and even purifying the air that's inside of your home or your room. Because sage actually gets rid of bacteria, it gets rid of toxic energy inside of your home on a physical level, so bacteria, and on a energetic level and an esoteric level. So it also gets rid of negative energy and stagnant energy. So if you walk into a room and you feel like the room is heavy, or if you feel like the air in the room or the home feels stale, or if you just feel like an eerie feeling about the house or the room, it's good to go ahead and actually sage that room or sage your home. Especially if you're just moved into a new home or a new place, it's good to sage the room or the home from negative energy that may have been left behind by the people who actually lived there before. So that is really important when it comes to saging your room, is being able to know that your room actually feels heavy. Okay, so I would recommend probably saging your room or your house maybe anywhere from once every 2 weeks to once a month if you do a really good sage, okay? But I would recommend once every 2 weeks. So the first thing you want to do, you can look around here. Now we have a room that has 4 corners. So this room actually, it's got 4 corners in it. So the first thing you want to do is you want to tackle those 4 corners, all right? So we have sage here. This is going to be California white sage that I'm using here. All right, it's got some pretty little rose petals on it. And you also want to make sure that you have a clay bowl, okay? So if you can get a clay bowl that's a lot wider, it's more preferred. So that way sparks and stuff don't fly out. So first of all, you're going to go ahead and light your sage. And I'm just going to light it like this. Now, when it comes to actually making sure the sage is light, you kind of want to use a bigger flame. You can use a smaller flame, but to avoid the hassle, I would just use a torch lighter. And here I have a mini torch lighter. So just make sure that you get all around the images, what I'm talking about. Make sure that you get all around the corners and make sure you also get the middle part, especially if your sage has already been used like mine. And then after you light it, you immediately want to go ahead and blow onto the sage so that you can keep the fire going. And you want to do that like a good 3 times. Every time you blow on it, you will see how much of the sage is actually lit. Now, once you see that a lot of the sage is lit and red, then you can go ahead and just start keeping it lit by actually swaying it back and forth, as opposed to using your breath, okay? Now, if you don't want all of your sparks to fly onto the ground and stuff, make sure you have the clay bowl, and that's what the clay bowl is for. So since smoke rises, you want to start on the lowest part of your room or your home. And you want to start with the corners, because the corners are where all of the negative energy and still energy will collect and stay in. All right, so let's go ahead and hit this corner first. So what you want to do is you actually want to get down to the ground since, like I said, smoke actually rises. And you want to go ahead and just blow into the corner. And if you feel uncomfortable with sparks flying on your carpet and all that, you can just keep the bowl underneath of your sage. And you just want to keep blowing. Or you can just sway it around like that. So the best thing to do also when you're saging a room is to really make sure that you have your mind in the right place. Make sure that you are actually having your intentions. So you can say it out loud. You can say, clear this room of negative energy, please, Spirit. Please clear this room of negative energy. Please clear this room of negative energy. Please clear this room of stagnant energy. And please clarify the air in this room. So you really actually want to make sure that you get it so that it actually looks smoky inside of here, okay? Now, once you get one corner, then you'll see that the smoke will actually start to rise. So what you can do from here is you want to go ahead and go along the seams and along the walls. So you have to stay at a low part and just keep going like that. As you're doing this, you can keep repeating what it is your intentions are with the sage. You can say it in your head or you can say it out loud. And over here, we actually have some pink Himalayan salt. If you ever want to clear your room of negative energy, you can actually also put Himalayan salt piled up together in each corner of your room because it actually absorbs negative energy as well. So at this point, you're going to get all of the corners. So I'm going to speed up the video here and then I'll show you guys the next step. Okay, so when you actually get to a cupboard or something like this where you have a cupboard, you don't have to worry about getting behind the cupboard. All you have to do is make sure that you just basically go around the cupboard and make sure that you basically go ahead and get the corners of the actual cupboard, okay? So I'm just gonna meet the cupboard where it meets the wall. So this is a corner. I don't have to go behind the cupboard. Okay, there's some sparks flying there. I just have to go in the corner where it meets. And then from there, you just go around the actual obstacles or the little boundaries inside of your room. So if you ever notice that you are running at low on smoke, if you see the consistency of your smoke actually go really low, then what you want to do is you want to basically go ahead and start blowing on it so that it can make more fire and it can light the entire sage more and essentially create more smoke. So you never want your smoke to get to the point where it's coming out really faintly. You want it to get to the point where it's coming out really good like this. And as you actually sage, what you'll notice is as you're saging your room or your home, you will actually get saged your own self. You could notice that your eyes may start to tear up if you have any type of pent-up emotions that need to be released. Naturally, your eyes will actually start to water from this smoke. And you may even notice that you might start crying sometimes as well. So it's really an overall purging and healing moment to sage your home or your room. So let's go ahead and continue. Now, another quick trick is if you are actually going ahead and saging a room, let's say you live in a house where you're only renting the room out and you don't want other people to really smell the sage or for the sage to bother other people, all you have to do is just get a towel that you're not using and actually tuck it in underneath the bottom of your door of your doorway. Okay, so you just tuck it in on the bottom of your door. So let's say this was the door to your room, you would just go ahead and tuck the towel in right under the crease, and that would stop all of the sage smoke smell from reaching the other rooms inside of the house. Okay, so now we're gonna go, you want to keep it at a low rate, guys. You want to keep it at a low level because smoke rises. So it makes no sense to go and start going over here. You actually have to start on the bottom so the bottom doesn't get messed up. So then you do it like this. Now we have my hand pan over here. So you can just go around it like I'm doing, or you can just move it and put it on the bed. So for the sake of this right now, I'm just gonna take my hand pan and put it on the bed. And then here's another boundary. So I know this is a little corner, guys, but you do have to just make sure you get the corners because it is all energetic. Now, when it comes to something like this, what you really want to do is this wall here. So this wall is kind of like a boundary, but the thing about it, I'm sorry guys if it's getting smoky in here, but the thing about this is you can actually reach behind it really easily. And so for this wall, I'm actually going to go ahead and close it up. And then we're gonna go ahead and get this corner. I have a little ant there that just fell down. Now, another good thing that's great for clearing the air inside of your home is actually going to be humidifiers. And what this is really good with is actually helping soothing you on in a way where you're actually taking in different herbs and different herbal oils that are actually going to be good for you because of the scent of these herbs. Okay, so most of the times you'll see all these herbs, they fall into one category, and the reason why is because these oils actually are good because their smell is the actual smell of these oils are actually healing. You have orange, you have lemongrass, you have eucalyptus, you have lavender, you have all of these different things, wormwood, even ginger, oregano, tea tree oil, the list goes on and on. But all of these different oils actually help to soothe headaches, help to bring up your energy, like orange oil, and they also help to even basically relax your muscles and relax you overall. So these are really good, and it's also good for your air inside of your home or inside of your room, okay? So now we're back into the corner. And so at this point, what you basically want to do is you want to make sure that you just get the rest of the room. So the reason why you start at the bottom level, other than the fact that smoke rises, is because now if you take a look around the room, I don't know if you guys can see this on the camera. Sorry for those lights too. These are actually the only lights we have in this room. We're kind of like minimalistic. We don't really own a lot of stuff. But it's really smoky in here, and the reason why is because we started at the lower level. So at this point, what you want to do is you want to continue going, because when you stop saging is at the point where you feel like your eyes are completely watering, when the room is like really, really smoky. That's when you want to stop saging. Another thing that I forgot to tell you guys in the beginning of the video, you want to make sure that all of the windows are shut. Okay, you want to make sure that all the windows are shut inside of your home. You do not want to sage with the windows open, because what that's doing is it's letting out the sage smoke, and you want to let the sage smoke sit inside of the room or inside of your home, so that way which you can go ahead and let it simmer and basically give it time to actually absorb that negative energy. After you sage your entire room, you want to actually wait for about approximately a room of this size. I would probably wait anywhere from 30 to 35 minutes, 40 minutes, and then I would open up all the windows and I would let the air out. Now, if you're doing an entire house, you can actually wait up to 3 hours and let that actually absorb all the negative energy and let the sage do its work, and then open the window. Another thing that's going to make you extend the time that you actually have the sage absorbing in negative energy is what occurred inside the house. So if you're clearing a house because there's actually ghosts inside of your house, or if you're clearing your room or your home because there was a big fight inside that room or the home, and every time you go into that room you can just feel that leftover energy from that anger, from that fight or whatever. If the energy was really, 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 really heavy inside the room, then you would let the sage stay for longer. But you shouldn't let it stay longer for 3 hours. And the smaller the room, the less longer it should have to stay as well. Once you are done with letting it hold on to the negative energy and keeping the windows shut, then you can go ahead and release the smoke by opening up all the windows and making sure that there's some sort of circulation going on inside the home. And you don't want to close the windows back down again until you see that the room is cleared out of all the smoke. Because what can end up happening when you actually choose to not open the windows and release the negative energy is you're keeping that negative energy actually trapped. And what you're doing is you trap the negative spirits, you trap the negative ghost and low vibrational energy inside of your house, and you woke it up like even more. and now it's just staying there. So now they're just having fun. So you want to make sure that you definitely open up the windows and release that smoke outside. So from here, guys, what you want to do is you want to just get the rest of your room, get yourself, okay, get the bottom of your feet. The bottom of our feet really holds a lot. You also want to get your root chakra, and you want to make sure that you actually have the intentions that you want happening there. Like, so if you say, give me security, take away my fears, those are things that you want to say while you're actually saging yourself, okay? You want to get your heart chakra as well, because that's where we hold on to all of our attachments. And I like to go like this, but I will say be careful doing that, guys, because these sparks actually do fly and I don't want it to fall on anyone's head. So please be careful with the sage when you're using it. Be careful with the fire, be careful with the heat and all of that thing. And from here, you basically just want to get the rest of your room and make sure that's really smoky. So yeah, that's what you want to do, guys. You want to make sure that you sage. Another thing you can do when you're saging is you can actually get a really big feather. You can buy it offline. I got this off a line. And if you want, you can kind of do it like this. Kind of like, you know, Native American tradition. And you just kind of do like this. You use the feather to move the smoke. And this kind of, what this feather does is it gives you more, it allows to bring in more grace. So it allows to bring in more grace, and it allows for the smoke to kind of flow in which direction you want it to go without being so aggressive with your moves. So you can just kind of go like this and make the smoke come out a certain way, okay? So yes, I hope that I covered everything. Let me see. So biggest tips of all is make sure that you guys close up all of the windows. Make sure you close up all of the doors. If you have to go into your walk-in closet, it's basically the same thing in every room. If you have a room that's not a square and the room is actually going to be like open floor concept where it doesn't have that many corners, that's okay. Just go along the lines, start in the corners, and just go along the wall from the bottom, and then go ahead and get the rest of the space. You also want to make sure that you definitely sage your bed. That's a really good place to sage because that's where we spend a lot of time at. We actually spend like half of the day there sleeping, and while we're sleeping we release things as well, okay? Our body releases like gases and all this stuff, so energetically we're also releasing things in our sleep while we're dreaming and everything, releasing emotions. So make sure that you guys do that. The other tip was to definitely make sure that you guys put any type of Himalayan crystal, Himalayan sea salt inside of the corner, because what that does is it actually absorbs negative energy as well. So it could make it so that your room or your home stays cleared of negative energy for even longer before it feels heavy. You can also get some crystals. One of the best crystals that you can use for actually making sure that you cleanse is going to be selenite. And I do actually have a selenite crystal over here. So selenite's really good. And then I also have a selenite tower over here. And what you can do with these shaped selenites is you can actually, if your door frame sticks out really tall, so this door frame is really short, but if your door frame comes out far enough, what you can actually do is you can go ahead and place the selenite on top of the door frame like that, if it fits. And what that will do is that will basically make sure that anyone that walks through your home will basically be able to clear the negative energy away from anyone that comes into your home, and clear the negative energy away from you. Even let's say you had a really long day at work and you're coming into your house and you do not want to bring that negative energy in that you from outside into your home. Place some selenites inside of the entrance of your homes, right above the door frame, and that's going to help a lot, okay? You can also go to sleep with the selenite underneath your pillow. So yeah, I really hope that this video could help you guys learn about how to properly sage your room or your home. This technique works anywhere. And if you have any questions about saging your home or saging your room, make sure you guys leave that inside of the comment section. And if you have any video requests that you guys want to see me do relating to spirituality or anything, make sure that you guys also leave that inside of the comment section as well, okay? So I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to comment below, like the video, share it with your friends and family who may benefit from it, and absolutely don't forget to subscribe to my channel, okay? Also, if you guys are interested in an intuitive reading or any of my healing services, email me below. My email is inside of the description box. And yes, I will see you guys inside of the next video. Much love to you, and bye-bye.